Hi everyone, I'm doing the intuitive patterns for the month of July 2025. In the Aleister Crowley Tarot, I've got the Knight of Swords, the Prince of Cups, and the Empress. In the Words of Truth, I've got shame, pushing, resentment. In the Mayan Oracle, I've got Adventurer's Quest, Greater Cycles, and Etznab. In the medicine cards, I have Dog, Dragon, and Fenrir. In the ancient Egyptian tarot, I've got the Eight of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Empress. In the Osho Zen tarot, I've got stress, slowing down, and aloneness. And in the Healing Earth tarot, I've got the Seven of Wands, the Death card, and the Emperor. So it's going to be an interesting month. This month, something is happening. In the medicine cards, I got two blank shields. When this arises, it means that there is not anything in the Western American Indian mythology to align with this moment. That means that I needed to drop into my spiritual and meditative self and feel into what archetype was attempting to be expressed in those cards. Much to my shock, what came into my meditation was Dragon and Fenrir. Dragon is a powerful form of passion and magic that existed in other times and places, but has disappeared from our current reality because we have lost the balance inside between the light and the dark within us. Magic only arises when we are in touch with both aspects inside us and learn to work with them rather than suppress one over the other. It is not hard to look out into our world and feel as if the majority have lost their passion, their fire, their fury, and their fuck you. Such energies live and breathe in the darkness of our shadow self. When we only want to see the positive and refuse to see the negative, we literally weaken ourselves and become passive, blind, and unable to find the courage that this moment and month are asking from us. Dragon is the form of ancient wisdom because they know how to embrace the chaos and destructive forces that are a part of life and the evolution of all souls. Dragons are the embodiment of all the elements. They can breathe fire, and they defy the logic of things, such as gravity. Dragons are the forces of nature that are beyond the rules of this earthly realm. They remind us that when we get in touch with their divine frequency, that we too are a part of the light and the dark of this world. We are reminded to embrace it because that is the only way to allow magic back into this world. The Fenrir is a monstrous wolf in the Norse mythology. Fenrir is an element that foretells the coming of great troubles and is a warning that those troubles for a time will not be able to be contained. Fenrir awakening is a powerful moment when untamed forces will consume each of us and bring destruction. He is a creature of flames and brings about the collapse of societies and humanity. It is said that he will consume the sun. He is the energy that invokes and provokes dishonesty. He thrives in creating mischief. He is the reminder that courage is gained by confrontation, hardship, and the willingness to do whatever it takes. Fenrir is a warning that the earth will shake violently, ancient trees and traditions will be uprooted, and those on the highest mountains will fall, and all forms of security will become broken. Flames come first, and then the battles will ensue. Fenrir is a token that we are in an unfettered moment that intends to ravage the realms of men. Needless to say, that is a heady amount of intense information. And how does that impact with the other cards? Clearly, everyone is feeling the stress of what is lurking in the shadows, and that is coming to life. The cards reflect that this moment is part of a greater and very necessary cycle, but this cycle is not for the faint of heart. We can feel the shadows amping up and gaining a foothold. We can feel that to be able to flow with this energy, we are going to need to drastically slow down, and we may need more time alone than ever before. We are being asked to stay loyal and true to the values that hold the greatest capacity for this world to heal and evolve. The Seven of Wands reminds us that it is the women that often come together to fight against the forces that want to destroy life and the forces that lack morality and compassion. And the cards show us that the upcoming and varied forms of death are going to be necessary for us to learn and grow. This month, we need to pick a target and point our bow in that direction. Pick something that is going to have great value to the evolution of our soul and in the long run. And remember that all things that will arise this month need to be carefully considered and weighed for their moral and ethical merit before beginning. This is a month that we are going to need the power of our inner dragon, and then we are going to need to have the courage of a Fenrir to confront those forces that want to fetter and bind us to their destruction. It is time to feel the fire burning in your belly. It is time to let the fire unleash and move and it is time to allow the magic back into your being. It is time to not fear the confrontations that will come your way. The energy that you have been giving to your fear has gotten you nowhere. It is time to let the fury and fire out. Embrace the darkness within and allow for a new balance to become a part of your entire being. Wholeness requires you to reclaim the power that you have shoved into the shadows. What comes next is entirely up to your willingness to find out that you are so much more than your goodness and light. You are fire and fury, and it is something beautiful.